and they've been taken out of office. And this seems to be an affair that happens anytime there's a change in government. Let's find out from a labor expert what kind of impact this could have on the institution and then also the country as a whole. Mr. Austin Gammey is a labor relations expert and is joined us on the line. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Good afternoon, my friend. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Gammey.
Good afternoon, my friend. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. The line is rather faint, but I'm hoping we can make do with this. In the first place, what do you make of these removal from post and the subsequent replacement of these men and women who have held these positions, some for 8 years, some for 4 years?
Thank you so much. Well, it is not unusual. Indeed, Ghana is not an island. We live in an international community of other nations. As you will observe in the United States of America today, most of the people who worked with the Obama administration, they were not even resigning, but they left on their own because it was political appointment and not career kind of appointment. So it is obvious that if there is a change of government, then those of you who came on the bandwagon of that government would have to find a way of excusing yourself as well. So it's not strange. It's when the employer, in this case government, decide to have somebody hold onto the job a while, and there is pressure from other people either intimidating or creating or fomenting trouble, not generated by government directly, that is where we should have some cause for concern. Because we are all Ghanaians, the people who are getting out, they will be working.
Right,
either on their own or in one institution or the other.
But Mr. Gammey, for instance, we know they say government is supposed to be a continuum, and democracy has over the years also given credence to that saying. Here is the case: we have someone in a particular position who the whole country can attest to the fact that he has performed creditably well and has delivered upon the mandate given him. Do you not think that such persons, based on their record, should be allowed to deliver, to continue at post, rather than because there's a new government, they should also be kicked out?
I appreciate that, but you will recall that President Obama invited the former Minister of Defense or so, or Secretary of Defense in the Bush era, to continue in office. So if you are invited, you are doing very exceptionally very well, and you are invited because the government finds you appropriate to continue to handle that, then that is the one you are talking about, and I agree with that. But if you are not invited, you can excuse yourself. Okay. You don't need even to wait to be told to go.
Okay.
As soon as the government is passed on through elections, you must, especially those who have been appointed through political kind of arrangement. If it's a career appointment, the people are still there. They may not be sacked. But if it's not a career and it's purely political, then you shouldn't wait for anybody to tell you to go.
We're grateful.
Go out yourself.
We are grateful for your time, Mr. Gammey, for speaking to us. Austin Gammey is a labor relations expert. So those key men at post who have been asked to leave, we are told, have already handed in their handing over notes and have exited their various offices. Let's look at some of the remaining offices or positions that are left. We know that very soon they may also be getting a call or a letter asking them to step aside. And we know that key positions, including the Food and Drugs Authority, his issue has come up for discussion. That's Hudu Mukhtari. He's the chief executive as we speak. And then also we have Eric Yao. He is the managing director for Ghana Post. And yesterday, workers of Ghana Post were up in arms for several reasons. One could be that they would want him out of post. And then also we have Mr. Samuel Asiedu-Dartey. He was the chief executive of the Forestry Commission. These men are still at post. We are not saying they are going to be sacked, but then looking at the current trend, there's a likelihood there might be a change in some of these government institutions. Also, we have George Blankson, who is the head of the Ghana Revenue Authority. He is the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. Very hard-working man. We've interviewed him severally here on our business programs. Then we have Mawena Treba, Chief Executive of the Ghana GIPC. And we have Dr. William Ahaji, Chief Executive of the National Identification Authority. And so those they are still at post. And then finally we have George Ataboating. He's the head of NITA, and that technology agency of government. And then also Dr. Gilbert Buckle, Chief Executive of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Then Noble Apia, Chief Executive of the Driver Vehicle and Licensing Authority, DVLA. They are still at post. There is a likelihood that they may be getting some letters. We are just keeping an eye on the development, and then we'll keep you posted when we do get them.